Hi, Angel. Hi, Jedi. The achievement I'm working on is the Nuka World DLC achievement for getting 100,000 Nuka tickets. Basically, I want to work on it. I feel like I need to stream, so uh, I'm currently sitting at 42,678. Or sorry, 48,000. I'm about halfway there. That's why this achievement sucks. Because you have to do 100,000. That is why the best recommendation to do this achievement is you get a gun with the legendary effect bullets explode on impact. Because when they explode, they do an area effect which hits multiple targets. So yeah, this is not exactly the most entertaining stream when I'm for doing this, but it allows me to focus on it without having to get bored and be like, I can't do this anymore because I'm streaming. So yeah, thank you guys for showing up. You're more than welcome to join me on Discord to sit and chat. Hey.
Hello.
Hello. I gotta put that slightly back up. I need to be able.
I had to turn the volume down on your stream so that I could not do
Yeah, I turned down the effects volume. Apparently, the Nuka world, the sound effects for the arcade are under the effects column of audio and not music or radio. Because the arcade is very fucking loud. So, but yeah, I'm just working on an achievement that after this, the only achievements I have left are doing a Institute playthrough and a Brotherhood of Steel playthrough.
Ah, okay.
Which I do have saves for those. I've been bouncing back between trying to do this achievement and actually playing Fallout 4.
I had a couple of achievements that I was pursuing. Like, I realized there was one, because I kind of got a idea the other day that I got it in my head that I want to attempt to speedrun.
Speedrun what?
and The Seventh Guest,
Okay.
which is one of the first CD-ROM games ever made. Or at least the first to feature FMV, full motion video. But I went to pull up the game the other day and I realized there's one freaking achievement that I didn't have. And I was like, damn it. And it was so easy for me to like miss too. Like I shouldn't have missed it.
Is there like a part of the game that's just like kind of obvious that it happens, or?
Well, the house, because it's a puzzle game basically. You're moving the different rooms of this mansion and you're doing puzzles that are in each room. The mansion has 4 hidden passageways. And I knew it was there, but I never went through it. I ended up turning around to go check something else I thought I missed. And I ended up not accessing the passageway.
Ah,
So all I had to do was just load my save and just walk back there and pop it.
nice. So I saw you load up. Were you trying to do play Witcher 2 a little bit?
I wanted to check some display settings because I kind of wanted to. I remember I played a little bit of it on Xbox. Like I was thinking about going back to Witcher 3 originally, but then I remember I played a little bit of 2 on the Xbox and I had some fun with it. So I thought, why not, install it and play it. Check the display settings. It's got that like little weird launcher that pops up.
Yeah.
And I was having trouble getting it to move over to my second monitor. Actually, I wonder if I fixed it.
I just know that like I played it a little bit. Andy's actually played through it quite a bit, but he told me that it's like you got to be careful with how you build your character in that game, because you can get to a point in the game where it's like you're not going to be able to progress any further without certain stuff. And like I hate that so much.
So it should allow me to move it.
Oh. But yeah, I'm getting much better at the office stuff up front at work.
Nice. Yeah, I was going to ask, how's that going so far?
Good, but at the same time, I'm kind of like the gopher guy, and my fucking feet hurt. Like, not in the sense of like how my feet have hurt over the years because of surgery or anything. I'm just walking a lot.
I know that feeling. Oof.
And of course, some of the guys, when I come out and give them paperwork to do, they're just like, fuck you, go back to your office. I'm like, dude, I'm sorry. It's like, I don't know if they're just messing with me or it's just the fact that, that's how they are with pretty much anybody that drops off a work order. But it's just like, we got stuff to do, man.
Yeah. So, speaking of jobs, no, I did not. But I did get a call. I guess, well, I'm just gonna say, like, well, this afternoon. But yeah, I got a call this afternoon from the temp agency. They're trying to find me a remote position.
Nice.
And a lot of what they deal with is temp to hire. Because I've actually worked through this agency before, but like years ago.
That's good. At least you know what to expect from them.
Yeah. And they even sent me like an email over the phone, and I verified like all the information to make sure that I wasn't being scammed.
Mm-hmm.
But no, they emailed me. I emailed back. But yeah, hopefully something will come of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope so. I'm so fucking bored.
We've had a couple people apply. I've only seen one of them come in for an actual interview, so we'll see how that goes. I'm hoping that we get some people hired in the next couple weeks. It's gonna suck if we don't.
I mean, I wouldn't think that like now would be as crazy of a time, but like more like fall before people, before snow falls and people need to.
Well, the issue is the fact that all of our part timers are going back to part time because of school.
Oh.
And besides the basically the four guys that do the service calls over the road,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's just me and one other person.
Oh wow.
So, yeah, I've been unsuccessfully trying to convince old coworkers to come try and apply. Because, like, dude, I need people that I know will do the job. But I've got nothing, so.
Alright, guys, I'm gonna head out.
Alright, Angel.
Okay. All right. You have a good night.
Good night.
Thanks.
It's funny. I was almost gonna text you earlier to be like, "What were you doing tonight?"
I would have streamed last night, but my fucking hip hurt like a motherfucker from all the walking, and I just could not fucking sit. Because I don't have my computer chair anymore. I'm using one of the dining room chairs since I'm in the dining room.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, believe me, I know it. I know the feeling because when I first moved here where I'm at, and I didn't have a chair for a while, I was on stools and other things. It was good. So I'm just trying to find some.
Yeah. I was like, I'm gonna stream tonight. I just didn't know what I was gonna do, and then I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna sit and try to do some achievement hunting, I guess. Because it's a long ass fucking process. Like, it'd be one thing if like I got 1,000 tickets per game, because I'd be like, okay, I just got to play, you know, 100 games. But no, there's not like a set rhyme or reason to the number of targets that come out. So at this point, I just kind of do a thing where it's like, okay, targets get to a certain point, pull the trigger. Yeah, like this game that I just was playing is now done. I only got 87,000 points, or 8,700 points, and the record that I have is 107. 10,700. So like 2,000 difference points, and I just got 800 tickets for this. Like, it is a pain in the ass. But once I'm done, I'm done. That's a great thing about that. And the other part about like the Nuka World stuff is that it's like you kind of have to use the Nuka Arcade to do some of the achievements, because you have to make Nuka-Cola recipes.
Yeah.
And there's a finite amount of the specific special Nuka-Colas in the DLC, unless you come to the Nuka Arcade, where you can redeem the tickets to gain prizes, and some of the prizes are those special Nuka-Cola flavors.
Oh, okay.
So that's what I did at first. It's like, just played this to get the tickets up to get the special ones, and it's like, alright, I got that achievement, so yeah. Fuck you, game. Fuck you so much. Oh. Mm-hmm.
Well, I think I took my first step the other day in becoming a cyborg.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. I have this disc on my arm that continually monitors my blood sugar.
Ah, you have one of those.
Yep. I can look at this app on my phone, and it'll tell me at any time what my blood sugar is. And I have alarms set for if it gets too high or too low. But
Nice.
it means I don't have to take any tiny little pricks to the finger anymore. It
Right?
means I will have normal fucking fingertips again. And they won't be all like calloused and shit.
Well, I mean, not at least not calloused from that specific thing.
Sure.
I don't know if you can if you build up calluses from typing on the keyboard at all, but
And I've usually been really good with making sure that my hands don't really completely dry out. So I think that kind of helps.
right.
Yeah, so I didn't necessarily get to say it during the game night Tuesday, but I think I am actually getting the hang of Project Zomboid.
Yeah, the issue that I tend to run into with Project Zomboid is the fact that I get too comfortable doing good, and then I get cocky, and that's usually what ends up causing me to die. Or I'm working on cars too much, and I'm not paying attention to basically my status effects. Because unfortunately, what happens when you're working on cars, like if I take off a tire, it gets put into my inventory, which overloads my inventory. So if I'm taking apart a car and I'm not paying attention to the number of stuff I have in my inventory, it's like, yeah, I pretty much got crushed to death. It's like, what? It's like, yeah, I took apart a car and didn't fucking empty my inventory. And I'm like, what genius takes a tire off of a vehicle and doesn't lay it down on the ground next to them? Like, apparently the guys that work on Project Zomboid. Like, well, what if you're trying to take off a tire to steal from a car to put it on your car? I mean, that's a good point, but at the same time, that's not what I would do. I'd be like, take it off, lay it down, and it's like, instead of trying to run with a 30-pound tire, if not more, depending on the vehicle. Yeah, definitely want to work on getting mechanic skill up, because a lot of the stuff that I tried to transfer over to the van ended up, well, I fucked up and lowered the percentage of the health on it. That's the annoying thing about the mechanic skill, is that if you don't have a high enough skill in it, you can end up really messing up the stuff that you're trying to do.
Yeah.
Yes! New record!
There was one thing that was kind of a little bit of an issue. But, actually, I'm texting it to you, because I would rather not have it on file.
Okay. Hey, Claywell.
You don't have to look now.
Okay, yeah. My phone is currently on the charger across the room. I'm like, Hey, Claywell. How's it going, buddy?
Hi, Claywell. I really need to go back and do another swim playthrough this so I can do the Nuka it's like I've got all the DLCs, I just haven't really done them.
Right.
Of course, if I'm thinking about that, I might as well go back to Witcher 3, because I never did finish the main story, and I still haven't bought the DLC because I was waiting to finish the main story.
Right. Well, the thing is, like, now you have to be careful, because because of the release of the Witcher show, they added more content to it, and there's some stuff that I didn't, like, because of that I ran into, that it's like, oh, I'm too low of a fucking level, but I'm stuck in it. You fucking idiots. It's like, thank you for adding to the game, but at the same time, why would you put me in a situation where I can't get out of it? So, I still have to go back through and finish Blood and Wine for that. I never finished that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Because, like, a good example of this arcade game being kind of weird is that I just beat my record, but there were still targets going on, but they didn't count towards the number.
Huh.
So, like, you got to pay attention to the music more than you have to pay attention to anything else. So, like, it's fucking random. And it's like, to be fair, you're talking about an arcade game that a random raider got to work again after 200 some years of not fucking working. So it's like,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, it's gonna have some kinks. And not the good kind. Oh. And then, of course, we got D&D this Saturday, so that's something to look forward to.
Oh, yeah.
Especially because this is definitely not, as far as I can tell from Adam's messages, that this is not going to be combat, so. Just as a heads up to those who don't have a subscription, a ad break will be starting in 1 minute. Well, 45 seconds at this point. But. Oh.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of D&D, I remember I have to put your message. I am potentially going to be a little bit late. Not as late as like I've been before. But I had agreed to go to a picnic on Saturday. My granddad starts at noon.
But you never know.
1 o'clock your time. But yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to be late because the fact that Finley, for this weekend at least, I know for a fact, has taken both a shift on Friday and Saturday, so and
Oh.
both shifts are 12-hour shifts.
Ooh.
So. Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, we are in like, we're making sure that things are paid, but at this point we are in the money is tight stage again. As to part of the reason why I gotta start kicking my ass to stream more.
Ooh. Download complete with your free. Yay.
Another game that I re-downloaded recently was I re-downloaded Divinity Original Sin
Ooh, nice.
because I wanted to do basically wanted a game that I can play off stream that I don't get any further in a game that I should be playing on stream, as well as it's a game that I would like to try and do some achievement hunting on, because there's some that I can get on a easy playthrough,
Yeah.
but it's also one of those games that much like with Baldur's Gate 3, where it's like, hey, yeah, there's this playthrough that basically it autosaves after every decision. But honor mode, where it's like, yep, good luck. Like, fuck you. So I figured to try to get more achievements on that before trying to tackle an honor mode run, which I figured I should do on stream.
Yeah, that's really good.
Which with that, it's like I know it has co-op capability, but it's like for honor mode run, I'd probably just be like, I want to do it myself, for the sole fact of, if it gets frustrating, I won't be yelling at whoever I play with. Because that would be
Yeah,
my.
I like doing something like that, but then I realized what I wanted to do would probably be better for me to do it off stream because of all the potential with it. I was thinking about doing the cloud mode in house.
Oof. I mean, also on top of that, you should probably do that one off stream, because I know a lot of people have gotten. I've heard people have gotten issues from Disney because of the game itself.
The only time that I had an issue with it, I didn't have an issue with Kingdom Hearts 1 or 2. The only time that gave me an issue was 3.
Really?
Yep. But here's the weird thing. When I first started streaming, so this is like January, February 2019. Kingdom Hearts 3 just released. It was like the end of January. And it was the first game that I did a full playthrough on stream. And I never had an issue with the music down. But when I decided it was like a year or so ago and I wanted to try to do for the streamer anniversary,
All of a sudden, you get hit with a bunch of shit.
the very first fucking stream. And they hit me for for the Toy Story level. So it was just an instrumental version of You've Got a Friend in Me.
Right.
And then I thought to myself, oh no, I know what comes next. I ain't streaming this game no more.
Right. It's like, all right, I got hit
The-
once. Let's not.
Well, the game, well, the world that came after that was the world based on Frozen.
Oh
And
goodness.
They have the full rendition, vocals and all, of Let It Go.
Yup.
So you can understand why I abandoned that game. At least the stream.
All right. I need to go. Yeah, the other issue that I'm running into gaming wise is I need to get a I don't know if there's something I can do to see if I can fix it, but my left thumbstick is not registering when I push it in, which really sucks because of all the Fallout games that for Fallout 4 and Fallout 76, sprinting is pushing in the left stick.
How mechanical? Well, I understand you are pretty much a car mechanic example, but are you, I guess, more electronically inclined at all? Like, would you be able to take a controller apart and put it back together?
I've done it before.
Because
So
I think that might be a fix. There might be something like dirty or loose and something like bumped up or whatever.
right.
Or something's worn out. Because I know you can get replacement parts for pretty much any part of the controller. I'm definitely not that inclined, so I would end up just taking the personally the more expensive route of just replacing the damn controller.
Well, my worry is it's not that I don't think I can do it. My worry is that, as usual, I'm more worried that while trying to fix it, I will make it worse, and then I'm out of controller.
Nope, I completely understand.
It's the same reason as to why I had, like, if there's anything mechanical, I'm like, I'm pretty sure I can do this, but I tend to have our mechanic Zane at work do the work. And I've explained that to him. It's like, I know I can do it, but it'll take me probably 3 times as long as you just to make sure I did it right. Versus you do it, you know how to do it, you're gonna be good. That's all I have to. That's all I care about.
Yep.
It sucks is that I gotta get fucking before winter. I gotta get new tires on the Explorer for Finley. Like, they're not like bad tread depth wise, but the tires they have some slight weather cracking on them, and they're from 2018. And I'm like, 6-year-old tires. I would just rather fucking replace them.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Which, my one boss is like, well, there's a rebate that's supposed to be happening in the fall, so I'd recommend doing it then. And then obviously you get an employee discount for it, and like, that's fucking great.
Mm-hmm.
It's not much, and then
But it'll still help though.
yeah, and then on top of that, I can do it myself, which means I reduce the cost of the labor by getting rid of the labor cost.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other thing is that I can payroll deduct the tires. So instead of having to pay like $900 up front, I can split it. Hopefully, I would hope for the longer range, which is 8 weeks. Basically, get it split up to where it's $100 off my check. You know, versus having to pay the lump sum. There is also like with being down people and eventually getting new people. The upside to that is that that means that I should be getting a bigger bonus check at the end of the year.
Oh, nice.
Because it's not because it's split up between people, and the number is split up by not only hours but years working there as well.
Yeah.
So it's like all I know is that the check will definitely be good because last year I'd only been there for like 2 months and I got a bonus check from it. It's like I'm sorry that the one of the owners of the company basically goes and they go in person to our store specifically because we're down the road from corporate.
Yeah.
And he handed it and he's like, I'm sorry that it's not any bigger, and I'm like, I'll tell you this right now, this check is bigger than the last 5 quarterly bonuses from Sam's Club. So it's like that's what happens when you actually have your stuff based off of just profit and not anything else. Because the issue with Sam's bonuses is that they're 3 parts. It's part of it is based off of the profit. The second part is membership, which makes sense. You're a membership-based company, so.
Yeah.
And then the third one is a thing called MX Voices, where it's basically they will email people who randomly shopped about their experience at the store. And if they give you a bad review, it tanks part of the bonus check.
Ooh.
Which, funnily enough, one of the biggest things that they tended to get tanked on was, I don't like what you did to the layout of the store. It's like there's a reason why if I ever get emails like that, I will if I know it's not gonna end up on a website like a review website, I will do max numbers, but then in the comment sections for everything, it's like I will detail exactly why it's shitty. Be like, it's like I had a shitty experience. Like, why would you rate it 10 out of 10? Because I have a feeling that this goes towards some sort of bonus towards your workers, and I refuse to tank somebody's money based off of my opinion. Because you as a company refuse to, just give your workers bonus money, based off of doing good work. It has to also be based off of people's opinions. And unfortunately, people are very shitty. Rightfully so sometimes, but at the same time, if it's nothing that somebody can control, like the layout of the store, which is decided by a corporate person,
Yep.
that should not be their fault.
Usually somebody outside of the 4 walls of the store.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so I sent out this email this morning, actually for this law firm. There's a class action lawsuit going on with former Redbox employees.
Ah. So most in other words, most likely a decent if things go right, class action lawsuit that will give you a decent paycheck.
Oh yeah.
Not like one of the ones where it's like, oh, it's something with like the Walmart or like Amazon where it's like, oh, cool, I get like $10 back.
Well, I saw that it said that it was a total, or, like, I don't know, like, how they, divided up and, like, their fees and stuff. They said it was $1 billion lawsuit.
Well, it basically it depends on the number of people that decide to be a part of the lawsuit. And
Yeah.
that's the big thing. Like, that's why, like, the, like, Walmart, Facebook,
Mm,
basically the ones that have had, like, where it's like, yeah, it's basically people across the fucking United States where it's like, oh, cool. It's like, what? 3 million people on a,
yep.
that's why I'm like,
Yeah, but fortunately there weren't 3 million employees.
yeah, exactly. So, if things go right, you should get a. I can't tell you it's going to be super big, but
Well, I can't even guarantee at this point that I'm even getting in it because I never heard back from that office.
ah, I mean, they would be dumb not to include you in it because you've got some fucking great evidence for that.
Oh yeah.
All right, we're at 72,000 tickets.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, I've got. Uh, this was my. I named this character Kuthar. Like, so this playthrough was like my quote unquote. Not actually my Kuthar playthrough, but basically it's like my
Yeah.
main achievement playthrough. My Institute playthrough, I have the character named as the Sole Survivor. Basically, what their moniker is for the game.
Yeah.
And then for the Brotherhood one, I have it named Commanding Officer
Oh, nice.
because the whole build is going to be based around charisma and intelligence. Where it's like, I am
Okay.
a fucking leader. Like, I basically my plan is to build up each settlement like I did kind of with this one, to where it's like I don't have. It's like, oh, a settlement is under attack. Hey, guess what? You succeeded at the quest. It's like I wasn't even fucking there.
Mhm.
Oh,
I had it reinstalled for a while, but I haven't really really back up yet. But I'm under the deal a full playthrough of Fallout 3 because I've never actually got too far into it.
Fallout
At
3.
least story wise, yeah.
3 is a good one. Oh, I will be right back. That is Gavin.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. And back.
Cool.
He
Wait,
didn't.
what were you gonna say?
I was like, he didn't have his binky, and his head was completely wrapped in his blanket.
Oh gosh. Well,
But anyways, your turn.
yeah. So when you got up, I got a random notification on my phone for an Instagram follower, and you know this person. I forget like what his like gamer tag and stuff was, but his name's Chris, dude with the like the rubber leg.
Oh, wasn't it Uncle something?
Yeah, like Uncle Dude or something, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like right after you got up, my phone goes off and I look and it mentioned that he was following me on Instagram. I'm like, oh sweet. Yeah,
That's
I'll
a.
have to reach out to him and say hi. But yeah, just like I haven't talked to him in like it's gotta be around 5 years at this point.
Yeah, I mean, fucking. Last time I remember hearing anything about him and his wife, they sold their house, bought a RV, and then I forget what state they were living in the RV, but they basically were doing RV camping living. They had a YouTube channel, I think, for a bit too. But then they stopped posting for a bit, and unfortunately, with how my brain works, is that if you don't post or like stream enough, I will eventually unfollow you because of the fact that it's like I don't know, you know. Yeah.
Oh my god, I should now open Instagram back up because
Stop looking at booty.
oh, it's not. Booty. I mean, it's booty in the sense of treasure, but food treasure.
Oh.
This is food porn, my friend.
Oh no.
Uh-huh. Things like meat lovers pizza tortellini. Shit, I probably don't like cheesy sloppy Joe pasta. Like shit, I probably don't need.
My Instagram is at least for like the searching stuff is mainly One Piece or wrestling. Which I was talking to Finley because they I don't know how much they follow him anymore, but I know a lot of people will see him as a piece of shit person. But Logan Paul,
Okay.
at SummerSlam, he did a move that basically he was doing a podcast with the Undertaker after SummerSlam, and even the Undertaker's like, that was the most dangerous fucking move I've ever seen.
Wow.
What it was that he's in the ring facing the outside of the ring. He jumps up onto the top rope, quickly jumps and turns around so his back is facing the outside of the ring, and then does a backwards moonsault at his opponent off the top rope.
Wow.
Like the amount of split second movements that he had to do is crazy. And then on top of that, on the podcast, he showed a clip of the ref basically going over the ropes and rubbing his fucking t-shirt over the ropes to make sure that they were not slick when he went to go pull off the move. It's like, yep, like I did the move, I accomplished the move, I am never doing this move again. It's like, I don't blame you.
Wow.
So
I can go for shit like this. It's like, still scrolling and I'm seeing this thing, this one video of cloth and acting clothing. For like, different beats of game cards and shit.
Right.
I guess when I saw somebody took like a room and they were able to do a Christmas tree,
Nice.
I was like, okay, that would be cool.
Oh. Latest chapter of One Piece was fucking nuts.
Oh?
So Egghead Island, Luffy, and them are fighting the five elders of the world government, who are fucking have these crazy devil fruits, basically.
Yeah.
And there's a giant robot that basically, because of Luffy's Gear 5, that has that's tied to a character from like 800 years ago. His heart beats loud enough to be known as the drums of liberation, which the robot heard and basically woke up because of it. So he's been helping them fight, and then basically the robot asked Luffy, "What's your name?" And it's like, "Oh, so you're not him." And then to help him fight the five elders, the robot pulls a rope that he has stored inside of his body, and when the knot breaks loose, it unleashes basically, there's a thing called Conqueror's Hockey, where it's like the will of a conqueror, and it knocks out lesser people. If they're not powerful enough, it'll knock them out. It knocked every fucking Marine around the island and off the island, like a good distance that are on ships, out. It caused four of the the elders, to go back to where they're from and turn back to human. And then the unofficial leader, like king of the world or ruler of the world, was shown basically back at where their base is, shaken by this fucking Conqueror's Hockey, where it's like, motherfucker isn't even on the same island and is fucking having PTSD. And it's like, by doing this, like, kind of shows exactly why it's like, oh yeah, it took 200 countries to take down this guy. Like, and that was just a taste of his hockey. It's like, that's terrifying. Like, no wonder it took 20 countries to take down this person. So, I am very interested to see where this goes. I'm also very interested to see this fucking arc end, so we can go to Elbath and start the giant arc. Just because the Giants are all themed off of Norse stuff. So it's one of those things where it's like, it's close to my heart. So it's like, I would like to see this. But I also have a feeling that the Elbath arc is also going to be the one that basically the creator Oda has been hyping up, where it's like, it'll make Marineford seem like a small battle, or a small battle compared to it. And it's like, the fucking arc where, like, literally the Marine base was, the Marine headquarters was fucking destroyed. Multiple people, like hundreds if not thousands of people died during the fight. Like, fuck. My favorite theory, though, for the Elbath arc is that since it's all, like, based off of Norse, is that Usopp the sniper is going to get basically a Mjolnir weapon. Like, he's gonna get a hammer that's basically Mjolnir. And it's like a sniper with a hammer that he can throw and returns to him. Huh. Like, that'll be crazy if that fucking happens. If that's how that's gonna be set up.
Yeah.
Because apparently the king of the giants is Loki. So it's like, wait, what? It's like, oh, so Loki's not a bad guy in this universe. Got it. I mean, granted, in the MCU, he ends up becoming fucking great. Or at least one of the variants. Which, by the way, I haven't seen it, but because of TikTok, I have seen enough of it. Man, fucking Deadpool and Wolverine.
Oh, dude, that movie.
Oh, I'm going to make a name for myself. Like, Channing Tatum, 10 years after he was supposed to play Gambit, finally gets to play Gambit.
Yep.
And the thing that confuses the shit out of me is that there are some people who are like, man, he did not play a good Gambit. They should have brought back the guy who played it in Wolverine Origins. I'm like, like, I don't have any hate for the actor, but that was not a good Gambit.
I saw a YouTube video the other day that did a comparison between the two and sort of the history of the Gambit character in, like, the cinematic universes. And, yeah, like, even that YouTuber, I forget whose video it was, but they even agreed that, yeah, Channing Tatum did it better.
No, there are a lot of people who are like, Channing Tatum should now play Gambit in the MCU, and it's like, no, they do need somebody better, like, younger, I would say. Because Channing Tatum's not young anymore.
No, he's not. But I really liked what he did with Gambit, though.
Oh, yeah.
I honestly kind of want to see him, like, you know, in another movie or two.
Well, it's just like...
You know, if we're going to be talking, like, ages of characters and stuff, I mean, come on, Hugh Jackman.
Right, but the thing is,
the
though...
guy's been, you know, Wolverine since, like, the dawn of man at this point.
Right, but that's the thing, though. He has been continuously playing that character and being in physical shape to play that character.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Channing Tatum is in shape, but Gambit is supposed to be like a extremely agile character.
Yeah.
That's why he is muscular, but he's skinny muscular.
Mm-hmm.
Channing Tatum is not skinny muscular. He is superhero muscular. Where it's like, I'm built like a fucking brick house. And I'm like, though I am happy that they did a 100% accurate fucking comic suit for him.
Yeah.
And then of course I love the fucking Blades line where it's like, there's only been one blade, and there's only going to be one blade, and it's like,
Yep.
they already, they announced who's going to be playing the new Blade, right?
Wasn't it Wesley Snipes?
No.
They're not? Oh.
No, it's I cannot remember the actor's, like, how to pronounce the actor's name, but have you seen the Green Book with Viggo Mortensen? He's a driver for a black musician during basically the Jim Crow era.
I think so.
It's the actor who plays the musician who's supposed to be playing the new Blade. Basically, still a guy who's somewhat on the older side, but Uh, but he's a really
Look
good
it up just so
actor.
I can. Oh, back my Discord freaked out for a minute.
Oh boy.
I don't know. I think it just updated on its own or something, but. I'm gonna butcher the name just a little bit. But Marshala Ali?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I couldn't remember. I know his last name was Ali, but I could not remember how his first name was spelled. I'm like, not even gonna try to pull that off my fucking memory.
Oh, you know what? This makes sense. Because of the Eternals. Which wasn't the greatest movie, but it did hint at a few people.
Yeah. No, like that's the thing is like the Eternals like did not do so well, but it was kind of the opening of like introducing stuff. Like a lot of people are claiming that the Celestials, the beings that are born from the planets,
Yeah.
that the one that was born that basically was stopped on Earth, that's like their body is going to be adamantium, and that's how we get adamantium into the MCU.
Okay.
And I'm like, cool, okay. Which means that the way that they're probably going to be playing mutants off is that they, because of the Celestial, they probably start popping up. But they're not technically going to be a new thing either. Like, basically, it's going to be one of those things where it's like Professor Xavier, Magneto, and Wolverine are characters that were already around. They just haven't been doing anything. They've been hiding. But once a lot of mutants start popping up, then all of a sudden it's like, hey, yeah, we got to start doing stuff.
Yeah. Do you think that they're gonna start bringing? Do you think they're gonna bring back Patrick Stewart for Xavier?
I have a feeling that they aren't. Just because of, like, obviously they brought him back for a cameo in Doctor Strange 2.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's going to be the lead MCU character anymore, just due to age. Granted, they chose Harrison Ford to play the fucking Red Hulk, but at the same time, that means, like, I have a feeling that the Red Hulk is not going to be around.
Yeah, like he's not going to be very prominent.
Well, I think he'll be prominent for a bit, and then it's gonna end up being one of those things where they might change out the actor, and then the Red Hulk stays, well, the Red Hulk all the time.
Yeah.
Where it's like, we're just gonna make a CGI character. It's like, not a bad choice, but at the same time, cheap way to go out.
Yeah. Now, speaking of like that whole CGI thing, then if they're not going to go with Patrick Stewart, do you think that they possibly consider James McAvoy then for the other, like because he did Xavier and those other?
Yeah, I could see that being a.
Because they could H him a little bit to make him, the appropriate,
Right. I mean, I wouldn't see it. I could see it as them offering it, perchance, but it'd be one of those things where it's like they'd probably be like, "We're offering it. If you choose not to, it's your choice."
Yeah.
I think what it would be is that they probably offer McAvoy and Fassbender the chance to come back as the characters, but at the same time they might do something new, mainly because the fact is that they can't use you can't use the same background for those characters anymore, because kind of hard to ignore fucking the apocalypse moment in the MCU. Like, if there's no Apocalypse, then that, like, takes out a good chunk of their history of playing the character. Also, at the same time, it kind of goes with Robert Downey Jr. coming back as Doctor Doom. It's the whole multiversal thing where it's like people could come back playing characters. Because the other thing that most people don't know is that there is a alternate universe in Marvel where Tony Stark was Doctor Doom.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I've also explained to a few people where it's like, regardless of if he's playing a Tony Stark Doctor Doom, normally Doctor Doom is a very physically scarred man in a iron suit. So we probably won't see Robert Downey Jr.'s face, and even if we do, there's probably going to be enough makeup on it that doesn't look like Tony Stark.
Yeah, and you get him out of the suit, and he's kind of in trouble when it comes to combat.
Doom?
No, Stark.
Oh yeah. I'm like, Doom? No, Doom is fucking powerhouse regardless of if he's in a suit or not, because
Well,
he's
he
got.
wouldn't have. Well, true, but he wouldn't have gone through all, like, the accidents and, like, the whole making of, like, in that alternate universe of becoming Doom.
Yeah, no.
So
The thing about Doom is that he's tied to, like, occult stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, we're at 86,000.
Now he's.
Okay. It's been a while since I've handed anything in, so I was like, I should probably do that. Okay. Hopefully.
Yeah, I forgot that with the Eternals that guy was actually played in there. So it makes sense that they're sticking with him for
Yeah, so.
it's not like it's not like when they had to go from Ed Norton to Mark Ruffalo for Bruce Banner.
I've also heard that apparently there's talks of Ed Norton coming back as a Hulk.
What?
Well, again, you got to realize we are entering into multiverse stuff, which I am all for, but at the same time, for the person who's not into Marvel Comics, it's going to get very fucking confusing.
I was confused for a moment like just a brief moment, but for a moment in Deadpool and Wolverine. But it's kind of making more sense now because of like the multiverse. At least my mind is wrapped around it a little bit better now.
That you're gonna have to get used to seeing either new people playing characters or possibly.
Well, that was the thing. It was one. It was one It was one actor, and he's played two different characters. Doing what they're doing.
Oh, I know. I realize who you're talking about.
Capstorm.
Yeah. By the way, that the speech that he gives inside of when they're captured and they're on the way there.
Yeah.
He memorized that speech, by the way.
Oh wow.
Because he's basically said that it's like this. I've been playing a goody two shoes character that doesn't speak it that way for the longest time. I am going to memorize this speech and just have fun with it. It's like, yeah, I don't blame you. Going from the guy who cares about, foul language to not caring about foul language.
Yeah, to just completely spouting it out.
Yeah.
Like he off that filter and went to town.
But yeah, No, what was also funny was the fucking bazooka. It's like, where the fuck did you get that bazooka from the Punisher? Which one? There's been so many. And I had to...
Like, there's been at least 5.
There, because, there's, uh... the most recent one, the guy who played Shane from The Walking Dead, I forget his name. There was the guy who played the Punisher in Warzone.
That was John Barenthal was the
John Barenthal.
yeah.
The guy in Warzone. Thomas Jane for the early 2000s one. And then I don't remember if there was one between him and Dolph Lundgren. Dolph Lundgren played the Punisher. But it wasn't a movie called The Punisher. Like, that's the thing that most people don't understand. It's like, they didn't have the licensing to call it The Punisher, but he was playing Frank Castle.
No. Okay.
Yeah, so it's like, and then of course you had Jennifer Garner as Elektra.
Yep.
And then
She was there.
the comment that she made about Daredevil, where it's like, oh, sorry about Daredevil. It's like, eh. It's like basically referencing her in-world relationship with Ben Affleck that went down the fucking tube.
Yep. But I was kind of surprised to see. Like, I was kind of surprised to see her in there. But it makes sense.
Well, a lot of people have stated that Deadpool and Wolverine was pretty much a tribute to the early 2000s before Disney Marvel movies.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, it pretty much was, and that's why they were trying to get people in.
But it also makes sense, though, too, in the context of that last Spider-Man movie, where they brought in Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's just how they're approaching the multiverse.
Basically, part of what it is it makes it a lot easier for them to be able to introduce a new actor as a possible replacement for other actors. Because I have a feeling that after Avengers Secret Wars, which is way out there at this point,
Oh yeah.
I have a feeling after that one, that's when they are going to have a lot more Marvel characters introduced and in the same actual universe. Because after Secret Wars in the comics, basically Secret Wars was where it's like, yeah, guess what? Doom combined a bunch of the Marvel universes together to make one giant planet that was separated by a wall. The wall being the Thing, like basically turned into a wall. And the sun was Johnny Storm. But basically, what ends up happening is when that whole thing, they stop Doom and basically create a world for everybody to exist on. It's kind of where they get the crossover where it's like, oh, you've got, Peter Parker, Spider-Man, Miles Morales, Spider-Man, Gwen, Spider-Woman. Where it's like, where are all these fucking kids? Like, just how it fucking works, man. It's also one of those things where I've explained to a few people where it's like, each universe has a Spider-Man. And it's like, oh, so it's like an anchor bean. It's like, no, anchor bean's a completely different thing. But it's more of each universe has a Spider-Man because there's the web of life that's wove between all the universes. It's like
Yeah.
a universe will not end if their Spider-Man dies. That's not a thing. Like that, it's just more of how things function, per se.
Yeah.
Oh. I'm running low on ammo again. Which means I'm gonna have to do some fast traveling around the fucking base map. Because the issue with the Tommy gun, the special spray and pray that you can buy, is that each time I pull the trigger, it shoots 2 bullets.
Oh damn.
Sometimes it's just 1. It's really fucking weird.
Hmm. I wonder if that's
It's based off
like
of the
a
pressure.
percentage chance.
It's not a chance thing. It's a pressure on the trigger thing.
Okay.
Like the issue, like, because it's an automatic weapon. It's the idea that like it fires based off of how long you pull down the trigger. It's like, well, I barely touched the trigger and I was able to get 1 bullet off. Which is funny because on a we once played a tabletop game. It was me, Adam, Andy, and our friend Tim. We were playing a D20 modern game, and we were basically soldiers. Ooh, 93,000. Might be able to do this without having to go get more ammo. But basically, we were playing soldiers. I played a intelligence-based character, basically the tech guy, and my weapon was a P90 that I only shot single fire. Like, I had it set on single fire the entire time. It's like, you have a fucking 50 round clip, basically 9mm submachine gun, and you're shooting 1 bullet out of it at a time. And it's like, yep. It's like, why are you the way you are? And I'm like, because shooting a gun is not my thing. My thing is hacking into technology and shit. Yeah, that game. Adam played a sniper. I played the tech guy. Andy played the big, bulky, strong soldier, tanky guy, and then Tim played a. The best way to sum it up is Office Samurai.
Okay.
What it was that me, Adam, and Andy were on a mission to acquire Tim's character. And he was being held hostage, and while we were getting him out, he actually got shot and slightly hit in the head. So we took his necktie off and used it as basically a way to stop the bleeding on his head. And he was just like, hey, I'm an office samurai. And it's like, what? And he basically ended up getting a hold of his sword and attacked a couple guys that got too close. And it's like, oh, he actually knows how to use a fucking sword.
So, Office Samurai, are we talking like a Kage?
He was basically, yeah, in a sense, kind of like a Kage, but not. He was more of a, like, the charismatic character, but his combat style was, because I can't remember if that was a Gestalt game or not. It might. I think it was, because I think I played Intelligence and Wisdom on that, and then Andy played because in D20 Modern, the classes are basically you're a strong hero, a dexterous hero, a fortified hero, a intelligent hero, a wise hero, or a charismatic. Basically, each class was based off of the ability score.
Okay.
So like Andy played a strength and constitution character. I played a intelligence and wisdom character. Adam played, I believe, dex and wisdom as well. And then Tim played a dexterity charisma character.
Oh, okay.
Because like in I think in D20 Modern, the katana was considered a dex weapon. But that was, at this point, over 10 years ago. So
Oh wow.
I'm trying to, like, it's fucking weird when I have to talk about previous campaigns that I played with Adam and Andy. I'm like, I'm trying to remember the details of a campaign that happened 10 fucking years ago. It's like,
Yeah.
fuck! uh, but yeah.
Hey, I have to jump out of the voice chat though.
Alright,
I gotta take care of something, but I'm still in the stream.
alright.
I'm gonna be doing a project for Turtle,
Okay. Alright, man.
and it involves getting a little money. So I like money.
Fair enough.
But all right, I'm still in chat, so I'll see you in a bit.
Alright, see you. Ugh. 3,000 tickets more. We're almost there, boys. Man. Oh. Which means I probably don't need to go actually get more ammo. So, that's a good thing. Of course, where my camera is, you can't see my ammo. I am close to having under 200 rounds of ammo left to complete this achievement. But it will be great once it's done. Yes. 2,000 tickets left. We're getting there. Mm-hmm. Fuck yeah. Alright, if I have another good game like I just had the last two, I should be done soon, so. Alright, here we go. Boom! Achievement got. Which means that this is the end of the stream. Literally, I was just streaming to get that achievement to force myself to actually work on it. So, let us see who we've got. Alright, we are going to raid Playwell. As usual. But yeah, I may or may not stream tomorrow night. I'm not sure on that, but I'll catch everybody later. Let's go spread some love to Claywell. As always, he's playing SnowRunner, so I'll catch you guys later.